Hi guys, welcome to MS Power Automate. In today's video, we will learn how to integrate cloud flows with desktop flows. In today's scenario, we will learn how to automate a process when there are new response from Microsoft Form. Okay, so if you can see here, I have a webinar registration form and I would like to automate a process when after a new form response, I want to send an email to this person and then I want to check whether they have any questions they would like to ask our speakers. If yes, then I want to store the name, email, and the questions into an Excel file via the desktop flow. So let's start with navigate back to the web portal and I create a new automated cloud flow and I check when a new response is submitted. Response to trigger desktop flow and I hit create button. Now over here I will require to input the form ID. So over here if you navigate to forms.office.com you are able to create your form easily. For in this case I'll be using the existing form. Okay, and then now after I receive a new response I would like to get the details. So to get the details I'll get response details and over here I need to indicate the form ID and the response ID. These actions will return a response ID. Okay, now next we're going to send an email to the person who registered. Okay, so from here I click on add dynamic content and I select email. Next, the subject I would like to use MS Pet webinar registered successfully. And then over here put hi and the full name followed by thank you for registering. We look forward seeing you on the I just indicate any random date here 2022. This is an auto generated message. Please do not reply. Okay, now this is done. Let me save first. Now I want to check whether they have any questions they would like to ask our speakers, right? So from here, I add a new step. I use a condition. So over here, I want to check whether this value, this field contains any value. So from here, I can actually go to expression and I call a function called empty. If I do a bracket, so let me do this, right? And open bracket, it will tell me what I need to input. So over here, I need to include the field. So from here, and then I hit OK button. If this is empty equals to true, so true, right? You navigate back to expression and search for true and select this option. Okay, and then if it's empty, of course I do not want to run the desktop flow. If it's not empty, then I would like to run a desktop flow. So from here, and then I need to create a desktop flow. So let me save this. No, sorry, I can't save. So over here, let me delete this first. Let's create a new desktop flow first. So from here, I create a new flow. Okay, so from here, let me save. Okay, so from here I would like to use a launch Excel. Okay, so the Excel will look something like this. Okay, so I would like to open a following document. I do not want to see the Excel file running, and then I indicate the path here. Right, so next to use get first free row. Afterwards, I would like to write to Excel worksheet, and over here the value that I want to write, of course I need the name, email name and query, right? So over here I'm going to create an input argument of name, and of course I would like to mark it as sensitive because I do not want this value to be logged in the cloud. Okay, so I'll create another more variable here called email, and I mark as sensitive, and then one more, I just name it as query. Okay, so from here, write to Excel worksheet, I would like to set the name on specified cell, column A. At which row? First free row. And I'm gonna repeat the same step. So I'm gonna copy this and do it 2 times. And then I'm gonna do this for email and the query. Next, of course, I would like to close the Excel, and I also want to save before closing the Excel. Right, so now I save this, and I can close this desktop flow. Now I select run a desktop flow, and I select, okay, if it's not reflected here, let's click on the refresh button, MS Pack webinar registration form, and then I want to run it in attended mode. Name, I will pass in the full name. Email, the email, and the query I will use. Okay, so now I save. Now I can test. Since this is a cloud flow, right? You can either test from here to ensure everything is okay. Then once if this is okay, right? If I submit a new form, I'm able to receive this. This flow will automatically trigger because it's already turned on. So in order for me to turn it off, because if you do not want to run when there's a new response, you can turn this off. Otherwise, you can just leave it there. So from here, I'm going to open. I have this form. I have shared a link here, so I'm gonna open in a new tab. So from here, let me enter my full name and then my email. Company is optional. Okay, let me just use peer referral television, and then please show us a demo on the end-to-end process. Click submit. Alright, so now let's wait for a while. Let me go to my Outlook, and then most likely I will receive an email. Alright, so I've received an email here. So if I navigate back to my Excel file, I receive an all the input is already stored inside this. So I'm aware that you are able to store the Excel file by clicking on this open in Excel, right? However, I feel that it's a bit troublesome for me to download, so I automate it to write it and store it inside my desktop. So there's no need for me to download this file. And then as you can see here, is everything is working in the background, and within a few seconds it already input all the details. Yes, so that's all for this exercise. So if you're keen to learn more, do remember to subscribe our channel, as we have constant updates and tutorial videos on Microsoft Power Automate Desktop. Thank you.